B side or B site for the T side, where they spam through that wooden wall that goes towards the, I guess, the the short turn on the B bombs for the CTs, where you see people constantly spamming through now. Anders was one of the first guys who actually started experimenting with that and see like where can you actually spam through. And now you're seeing it more and more.
Player Anders.
Hell yeah. So I mean, yeah, like sure, 99 out of 100 times it's not going to come into play, these spams and whatnot, but that one time it does, it could be either a huge confident booster or it could be a critical kill for you in that very round. So I mean, it's nice to know. You never get worse by having more knowledge, I suppose.
No, exactly. And like I said, the development of that map's going to be the interesting thing. But Knife, as we saw, did occur, and it looks like GPlay got the better of it. So they'll start out on the CT side. And LGB will start out terrorists, or at least that's the expected. We'll see what they call.
I would assume GPlay decides to start on the CT side.
Yeah.
That actually might not be the worst thing in the world for LGB, because on Mirage, what they've been so good at is actually picking up rounds on their T side. At least in the past, but obviously they've been saying that they feel kind of shaky on this map, so that could have changed now, and they're not picking up any rounds on T anymore because people have adapted to it. It's kind of the same thing that happened with LC, which is quite a few of the same players in this LGB lineup when they were rocking everyone on Inferno, and then it went, you know, a span of 3 weeks before people actually started to look at what they were doing, and then they got completely shut down.
Fast B rush right now from LGB. This forces Victor on the rotation. Shots are already coming out inside the apartment. Spy Leader's actually going to take down PRB before Mystic can even respond. So this forces Spy Leader all the way back out of the underpass, which was interesting that he was able to get up behind them that quickly. That definitely did massive damage. He gets away with 4 HP because he gets tagged on the way back out. This forces Dreamer back over because look at what LGB have done. They've completely given up on that B take.
Yeah, and that was just a really solid move from GPlay. I'm not sure if that's something they've spotted LGB doing previously, but they had NKL and Spy Leader pushing up an underpass there, and it definitely worked out, picking up 2 people.
So Yakum, inside connector, tries to work up. Rubino's got the Tech 9, does spot up one player inside the window. He goes for the jump, actually makes it successfully, so now he's up closer, but Victor's smart and has fallen out the backside of the vents. This means he's not perfectly in position to get taken down, as Spy Leader still wants to lurk in toward A. And that bomb's waiting with Mystic. He's the one that took it into that window. So that exchange could have been really interesting. As now Rubino is going to find one. Leaves us with just Spy Leader. And there you go. He gets dropped. Actually, my mistake. I thought Bubblegum was already gone down. He's still way over, coming over from Catwalk. So he stayed over at B for a lot longer than I thought. And he actually brings us back into a one-on-one as that bomb did get placed down. So now it's Jacob that has to be very careful here and try to bait this out on the defuse. It's him that has the driver's seat because there is a kid on Bubble, but he still has to wait for him to go for that defuse. He does spot him up, and wow, I'm surprised he didn't hit that first shot. Bubble's going to get off it. Now he knows exactly where he is. Throws up the gun to try and bait him. Still has time to go for this bait as well. And the Tech 9 not able to hit the shot. This is working well right now for LGB. And now, yeah, he realizes he's hold. What? How does he not hit that right away? That was questionable, but Jacob's going to get it nonetheless.
Yeah, that was 2 instances where Jacob definitely should have picked up an easy headshot onto Bubble, but in the end, round still goes to LGB, and I think that was actually a mistake on GPlay's side. They gave away too many easy frags because, as you pointed out, they had Spy Leader lurking inside of AAPS, and they could have done so much to just keep LGB off that bomb, or potentially pick off the bomb planter when LGB thinks it's clear to plant. So I think GPlay definitely could have played that a tiny bit better because they were at an advantage getting those 2 entry frags.
Spy Leader's again going to lurk in toward Palace. Does spot up the first. CZ75 gets the kill again, down to 5 HP. This guy losing all his health so early in these rounds. But picks up the AK. Meanwhile, Mystic has found Bubble. By the way, we both said the phrase bubble and then followed it with butt. So I was thinking that, you know, that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen. Have you seen the video for it?
No. Do I want to?
Yes, you definitely want to.
Okay. I'm a bum man. Now everyone knows. It's
a well-kept secret.
My kryptonite. Yeah, no, it's not that well-kept.
You can see Jacob kind of slowly inching his way towards B-bomb site. He's just feeling things out, and it seems like GPlay have opted for a stack here. But they put Spy Leader with the 1 weapon on that team over towards the A-bomb site.
Jacob's going to try and come in right now. He does have this P90, but he needs to be careful. Does check for Victor, but doesn't spot the gun, so unless he checks it all the way, okay, he does. But still goes down. Nice shot by Victor, so this slows things down again. Right now, the eco looking quite good, and Victor, who drops out of the apartments, catches Mystic as well on the way down with that 5-7. This is all of a sudden turning into a GPlay round as NKL's going to find PRB. And Paulie, the last one left, does turn around and manage to get one, but that's all he gets with the Tech 9 Dreamer. He's going to end all dreams for LGB, and GPlay tie it up already.
Yeah, solid run for GPlay, and Spy Leader getting that early frag once again onto the LGB player in AABS obviously forces LGB's hand because they lose complete map control. So that's a big pickup from Spy Leader. And also I think Jacob definitely should have picked up the frag on Victor there, as he did check the corner, but just a great shot from Victor with the 5-7.
You would have thought P90 would have won that exchange, although the headshot's what counts with the pistols up close, and that's exactly what happened. So Dreamer gets on the catwalk this time with the AKs that they picked up. They had 2 of those out, so big win for the CT side, and Victor's already going to mow them down. He eventually drops, but he does 2 on the way through, and now it's Dreamer's turn for the double. Paulie, this is interesting. They're going to actually not pursue this push, so the bomb goes down. That gives them a little bit more money, but Bubble, nice headshot with the scout. And another round for GPlay. That was a big investment for round 2, essentially, is what I was getting at. But LGB still will build up enough economy. They'll be able to buy out this round.
Yeah, that could have gone horribly wrong because the first nade that Victor threw out pretty much put all of the LGB team down to 50 or below HP. So they were really softened up. And I'm actually surprised that, as you mentioned, that GPlay didn't go for it and tried to deny that bomb plan from LGB.
Yeah, because as a result, you get 5 AKs out and a decent amount of nades to work with, as well as head armor on all of them. And if they won't push up Cat...
Yeah, and Bubbles only got a scout as well.
Oh, Dreamer, he already fell off it. They're going to go reboost him. This takes a little bit more time now because they have to invest in this boost for Victor to get back inside the site. Fortunately, it's only Rubino who's scouting off in that flash. They're both going to drop, but now they're both there for the support as it is a catwalk push. So in a weird way, it almost works out, and they line up for Dreamer. He takes down 2, and he'll have to play it from the backside. A hat trick for him. Make it 4? No. Jacob finally stops and shuts him down, but this is a gun round. This is a straight-up gun round, and GPlay is taking this fight to LGB big time right now as Jacob at least gets NKL. Bubble doesn't realize he's already crossed. Okay, now he does. He'll swap away from that scout and go for this FAMAS. So Jacob's done a good job to bring this back down into a 1-on-2, but as we can see from Spy Leader's position, the bomb's directly in front of him.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough. We might be able to make this into, well, a bunch of 1v1s, I guess 2 1v1s. That could be favorable for him.
Tried. Spy Leader gets it. So 3-1 now for GPlay. Decent later half of the round for LGB, but it doesn't matter. They still have those 2 AKs they picked up in the first round. Look at the economy on Dreamer. 10K in the bank before he buys. And not a whole lot at all on LGB's side.
No, not a lot at all, and this is with them getting the pistol round as well. Spy Leader's only died once so far, so he's doing a good job of staying alive, and he's been down to fairly low HP several times this, well, so far in these first 4 rounds. And right now we're paused. Not really sure why.
I thought I heard, yeah, we can't see the chat in this relay.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
It's perks. But I thought I heard someone chat. It still gives you the little prompt when someone hits the enter button. So
yeah,
I definitely heard something.
Yeah, Spy Leader is saying that there's a TeamSpeak problem for GPlay, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue to sort out.
You can see it in console. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that should be quick. Hopefully quick. I'm sure they have a backup. Most teams have a second one that they can run to if they need to.
Yeah, it seems like they've sorted it out, so we're all good. And then now, well, I guess following the eco rounds for LGB, this should be fairly easy pickings for GPlay here. They should be able to bolster their lead to 4-1.
Bubble takes the fight. Nice shot as he actually got it with the last bullet as he was walking backwards through the edge of the wall, and he'll take down Mystic as well. Really good start to the round for him. Jacob tries to come up from underpass, and Spy Leader drops down from connector. So good mid presence right now from GPlay, working off each other well. They've got 2 off of A though. This is interesting because they rotate all the way to the backside, but look at the retake coming in with all 4 of them coming from that one angle. So that's how much support they put on mid. They give up A, but it doesn't even matter. With guns, that might have been interesting though.
I guess the biggest problem, or the main reason for GPlay actually surrounding players around that middle area is because as soon as Jacob goes down to Spy Leader, they notice that that's where the bomb is. So it doesn't really matter what the 2 guys on A are currently doing, because at some point they have to get towards that underpass area, and that's going to be a really tough job when so many GPlay members are surrounding it.
So change again. Victor stays over this time, but again, look at the mid presence right now, and it's NKL who's already up and doing massive damage to Pauly. And the Parrot's down. NKL pursues. Now he has to fall back because the rest of them have come in on A. So Victor's under pressure, but they have slid up from connector. This gives them good support. And there's 4 players. This is massive. I wish I could bring up the minimap without cutting off the action, but there were 4 players in a horseshoe on A. Simply because NKL walks up, rotates back over, your window player comes out, and then there's a slide from the connector player. That was a really good rotation from GPlay.
Yeah, that was just a really solid move to do. I mean, the aggressiveness in mid just choking LGB out really just gives them so much map control, and they can actually afford to stack up like they do there with 4 people. And it allows for quick rotations as well with all the map control you get.
Keep in mind, this is LGB's choice of map too, so really good start from GPlay, but it is CT side. It's only 5 rounds so far accumulated. LGB have a chance to get back in right now on this gun round, but if they give up this one, yes, there's a money bonus. They're still tight on money. They're going to start to get it out of hand. So this round's pretty much the make or break for this T half for them. And so far, Spy Leader's going to break it. He's already taken the first on Mystic. Jacob's going to pursue this coming out from underpass. Makes a noise jumping up. Doesn't matter. Spy Leader overcommits to the peak. Comes out a little bit too far on the wide angle. But look at the pickup from GPlay. Dreamer and Bubble do massive work. And just like that, they mow down the rest of LGB.
Yeah, and right now I'm a bit... I'm going to ask questions as to what LGB are trying to do here. Because as you can see, there 2 guys get caught out on Catwalk with the bomb. As one of them, or 2 of them, had already pushed up towards connected, and then you had Rubino just all by his lonesome in A-apps. So I'm not really sure what the synergy they're looking for here. Like, maybe they wanted to force enough rotations off the A bomb site for Rubino to play as the lurker, but it's clearly not working as of right now. So they need to come up with something new.
Dreamer, man, this guy's on fire right now. Jacob does get 1 with the Tech 9. That's 2 actually on Spy Leader. Goes to the jump shot just to sprout out on Cat and see exactly where the last player is. But as we can see, it's Dreamer who's fallen inside the ladder room. They'll grab this bomb and rotate back around, but there's only 2 still remaining, and they haven't secured any of those rifles they've knocked to the ground.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest thing right now. They are opting to go towards the correct bomb site in the sense that that's where the defense is, well, the weakest for GPlay right now with only NKL.
Dreamer's at 15k, by the way, and he leads all fraggers. He's in a good spot to get the crossfire, but with low HP, can't do anything against Jacob that time, but he drops immediately after to NKL, who is waiting on the CT stairs. So now Mystic finds himself in an awkward 1-on-2, tries to move forward, and gets caught by Victor. 7-1. Now it starts to hurt. Again, we talked about that round when it was 5-1, meaning everything. Now it's 7-1. They just get to buy again. Still really fragile in their economy. Starting to build a little bit, I guess, for PRB, but man, this is they've got to win one and do it efficiently here if they want to get back into this half.
Yeah, and the worst part for LGB is that even if they win around right now, the economy of GPlay is so solid that they're never going to have to worry about an eco. So it's going to be an uphill struggle for LGB all the way. And kind of uncharacteristically, we're seeing PRB picking up the op instead of Pauly.
And Dreamer changes it up again. So he's been playing over to Catwalk this time. They've swapped him with Victor.
And look at that 4-man stack, right? I guess it's a 3-man stack, but Bubble is so close that he can rotate over towards that A bomb site easily. GPlay are just heavily banking on LGB continuing with this A pressure.
Jacob does get in connector. He's been good at getting into connector. He's actually found quite a few kills from there, but the problem is they can't penetrate the site. And again, there's 2 players in there. Again, though, Jacob does get Spy Leaders, so Bubble has to be so careful here from jungle and window, and he lines up the shot. Pauly walks directly into it. That's bombed down, but it stays up on the catwalk. It doesn't drop into lower mid. They can still grab that quite quickly, and actually a nice response frag. Look at Rubino. How does he know? Man, the smoke just dissipates. His graphics card's better than mine because he fired immediately through that. What a kill. That brings us back to 3-on-2. And finally, actually 4-on-2. PRB is still in this. He's got 11 HP. I thought he was already out of it, but this gives them an advantage here on LGB's side to pick up a round for the first time in a long time. And good use of Molotovs as well. That'll close off the entry points. Get the bomb down. Jacob's going to be the one that places this as PRB is searching for the kill inside jungle. Mystic's going to find Bubble. And it's all left to Victor. He finds 1, finds 2, manages to bring this back close. As he walks back out, the Hyper Beast doing work. But he still has a lot more work to do.
Yeah, there we go. Afterplant positions for LGB were so good once they got down the bomb plant towards the connector area. That was just the end-all be-all for Victor and his attempt at an afterplant. Obviously, good job picking up 2 frags there, but in the end, that should be LGB's round, 10 out of 10 times. But I think probably the biggest frag that round was probably PRB, because NKL, he pushed aggressively down towards A-slope, and all the way around through T-spawn towards mid, and PRB just happened to look behind him the second NKL popped up.
Good push from Jacob that time. Or probably me from Spy Leader that time to catch off Jacob, because that's the route he's been taking. So Spy Leader comes up and gets aggressive before he's completely in position. Paulie, though, does get him back in response to make it back down to 4-on-4. And another boost from Dreamer. They've done this before, and he actually spots one lower mid. Can't land the shot. This nade, though, will. If it bounces deep enough, yes, it does. Well played from Dreamer. Good awareness. And now it goes back to NKL to stop Rubino. He does that successfully. So it's double up left right now for LGB. They make good on the first shot. That's Paulie on the entry, but Bubble's still around back on the backside of stairs. He'll be able to pop back up and hopefully take this duel one-on-one. Hasn't managed to do it yet, but he distracts Paulie long enough for Victor to easily pop up. And now PRB has to do the chore himself. Can't hit the first shot. Spot's been given up. They know exactly where he is. Wants to flash himself out. 38 seconds. Maybe he just saves. I think they got to go for it.
Yeah, the problem with him saving right now is, one, they know where he is, and there's so much time left on the clock. So if he opts to save, this should be an easy tell for GPlay to go hunt after him. Because they have the bomb, they know that there's no real way PRB can get onto the site without having to do something insane. So I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, the issue is he's got this far away before they go hunt, so he may get away with this.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that GPlay didn't aggressively hunt after him. Maybe they just want to play it safe, get as many rounds on the CT side, which is obviously something that you can't blame the Bulgarians for doing, but with the money that they already have banked, it wouldn't be an issue throwing away 2 or even 3, 3 people after the time went out for a kill on PRB, because he's got an up. There's no way LGB can actually manage to buy up again because, well, they just won a round, and with GPlay winning this one, money bonus is reset, so they're completely broke.
So PRB this time heads toward the B apartments. He doesn't go under pass effect. They're all just going to push through this one op and 4 pistols to try and make this fight. But Dreamer, actually it's Victor who gets the kill. And Spy Leader again. 3rd round he's done this. Gets up behind them in underpass. They can't even have an answer for him. And he's going to get pretty much all of them. It's a perfect anti-eco. Good pushes from Spy Leader. I'm actually loving this. He's living up to the name and spying out the underpass before they can get anywhere close to the bomb sites or even in position. We saw Jacob take that route a number of times to get in connector, and then Spy Leader just said, screw it, I'm going to beat him to it.
Yeah, and that's actually one really big point of concern for LGB, the fact that even though they get intimate, they don't really have the opportunity to see what Spy Leader is doing. So he could have easily gone down to underpass because they're not taking mid directly.
KL does open things up. Good push back from Bubble, though, but now he can play the reverse angle with the op. Hasn't landed a shot yet, but Spy Leader comes out to support. Bubble does end up dropping, though, so they'll be able to get a little bit more positioning in the site, and with that shot from PRB, they'll go even further. But look at the HP. 8 total for both of them, and all, Dreamer has to do is just spam through. Easy work, and Victor on the backside drops the last one. GPlay are looking quite composed, I have to say.
Yeah, they're playing a really solid CT side right now, and they're showing that they're able to kind of switch things up. They're not only holding static positions every single round, they're pushing aggressively mid sometimes. You've seen Spy Leader at least 3 times push aggressively into underpass. They're just completely throwing LGB off.
Mystic quite quickly on toward the A slope this time with the Tech 9, as PRB will get himself inside the palace. As with Rubino and Paulie's with the bomb, he's toward B, so they might just try and sell some rotators here and try and get a bomb down, as it is round 13, and they are on pistols with only 2 on the scoreboard, and PRB has found your entries, pushing through. PRB's been decent on these entries, as has Jacob, but they're just not being able to open up sites with the bomb in position, and Dreamer's going to fire away through connector. Hasn't found anyone, but there's the crucial thing. He spots up Paulie. He hasn't rotated far enough away, so even though they do get some rotations out, it's immediately spotted, and they'll come back over on this retake. But Jacob, nice shot on Dreamer. That takes 1 rotator down, and Bubble's having a lot of trouble taking down Paulie. He does manage to do it, and Victor's going to take down Jacob in the end. It's all PRB, and he's so far away that, they just hold this defuse. It's another round over.
Yeah, and, well, I guess LGB do get the bomb plant down, so that's mission accomplished on their end, but still, I think they could have done that even better. PRB obviously doing a massive job on the A bomb site, picking up 2 frags, but I think the LGB guys in B apps could have gone a tiny bit quicker, because there was a point of time where Dreamer was really focused on trying to spam down PRB from Catwalk on that A bomb site, so that would have been a golden opportunity for Paulie and Jacob to get out onto that bomb site and get into better afterplant positions. And again, it seems like LGB are just setting up for an A fake here.
Look at PRB. He's actually waiting this time to see if Spy Leader's going to push. And NKL's already got 2. They get slowed down by the flames, and he catches them on the crossfire when they come in from under shadow. Good peek by him, and now look at this delay. There are more flames out on B side. They're going to push right through it. PRB goes, and then the smoke comes out from Jacob to extinguish them, but he gets shot out. Dreamer with 1, Victor with the other. These 2 guys setting up crossfires everywhere. And now NKL is going to push down mid to try and get in behind the last remaining player, but it's Victor who finds Pauly as well.
Yeah, and I'm just massively confused as to what LGB are trying to do. There, they set up at the bomb and B apps with 2 people, and they pretty much donate 2 people onto that A bomb site without being anywhere close to B to actually take an advantage of the fact that GPlay, as they've been doing all game long, they've been heavily rotating, so even over-rotating to a certain degree, but it's been working out, so you can't really fault them for it. But I don't know, it just seems like LGB are completely disjointed in what they want to do.
Dreamer waiting for a flash to come around the corner. A cat doesn't come, so he makes his way back up into the ladder room. The smoke out in middle right now does give them a little bit of space to work with. But there's Dreamer getting more aggressively again. Bubble finds one from below. That's Pauly as he tried to come up from the underpass. And Dreamer gets aggressive. Man, this guy's relenting. Just completely, rather relentless, I should say, from the catwalk position. I think he's up to 18 kills in the first half. Rubino does get 1 back on the entry, trying to come into the A site, but Spy Leader's over here, and Rubino tries to dodge his own flash and come around the corner, but Spy Leader was on the inside of it, so he had full advantage there. And Dreamer's just going to wait for them to push this connector from middle. But it's Bubble on the other side with the up. And Yakum again, he's caught. 13-2, flawless round from GPlay, and remember, this was LGB's map choice.
Yeah, and I guess we touched on it before the game started, the fact that, well, LGB, they weren't feeling that confident about their Mirage anymore, even though it's been really good to them in the past, because they're not getting that many T rounds. So, well, this is becoming fairly evident, because GPlay just completely outplayed them on every single level in that first half.
Yep, that goes without saying. They didn't really get much rolling at all, to be honest, so Dreamer and NKL want to head in. Bubble's going to set up those smokes to head inside the site as Spy Leader's the first one up on the ramp, and around the corner they come, but it's Mystic in the backside who looks to do the first damage. Not able to do much more than just 1 shot on it. Bubble takes him down to 42, and look at the GPlay, man. This is crazy. All 5 of them just rush forward. They take over the site with complete force, and the bomb's already planted, and we were hardly into this round. I think that was like 15 seconds in, and then KL now going to catch Pauly, but Rubino does respond. Now it's Bubble inside Sandwich, and look at him. He's got 2 players, 1 above, 1 beside, but they don't peek together. Somehow they let him get a free kill. Rubino does get 1 in response, but that's all they're going to get. And GPlay, excellent post plant. They go way back toward the A ramp, and no one could peek out. It was basically just a number of one-on-ones for them.
Yeah, and an extremely solid execute from GPlay there. You could definitely see their intent the entire time. Like, they would have been perfectly fine, even if they lost 2 members before getting the bomb plant. As long as they get the bomb plant and are allowed to fall back into T-Pit, they're going to be perfectly happy because it's such a good after plant position for them. And LGB on their side, with the smokes that GPlay put down, it's just pretty much all on Mystic to get some opening frags. Otherwise, they would have been completely in the dark.
Rubino tries to buy time with a flash toward mid. 8K is out, by the way, only 1 SMG. As even NKL's gone immediately onto the Galil.
I think they know that they're up against armor because this has to be a force buy from LGB, so they're just playing it as safe as possible. They don't really need to get that much of an economy going on their T side because they just need 2 more rounds. So this is definitely a smart choice from GPlay. So they're rotating around over towards that A bomb site. As of right now, they've placed Spy Leader up in connector, which we saw, Jake can do for LGB with, mixed luck for LGB, seeing how they're only in 2 rounds. But, this could be really tough for Pauly to defend, especially with Rubino rotating over towards the B bomb site now.
Look at Spy Leader. He's in behind Pauly. So Spy Leader's going to be able to walk out, easily take him out as he focuses his way on the front side of the site. Had no idea there was one behind him, and Bubble's going to use the SMG to get $600 as he takes down Mystic. And Rubino drops immediately after. NKL, great shot from inside the site. Bomb down again, and this is going to go to match point already. This has to. There's no way back into this for PRB. Does catch Spy Leader in the middle of an awkward reload, but there's Victor to slide out, and we're on 15-2. This is crazy. GPlay, on paper, I guess maybe just the fact that they're Scandinavian and GPlay doesn't get as much notice, I guess, as much in some of the leagues. They're not available to play in a lot of them. keep in mind, GPlay didn't get an initial invite even to the qualifiers of this league. It was Orbit that was selected, and then GPlay got in after Orbit disbanded, and they are making full use of their invitation right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, they're just playing extremely well. And, I mean, they've been a team that, you know, bring it to teams. Not necessarily win maps that often against the top teams, but they definitely pick up, you know, a bunch of rounds.
Good play from Mystic, but he knew there was a player behind because he'd already taken a bit of damage as he fell down. Nice shot from Pauly, though. That closes out Spy Leader and drops... No, it doesn't drop the bomb. My mistake. NKL's already got that back up, and he's going to work inside the site. Excellent shot on Pauly. But watch for Jacob. He's coming up unsuspecting right now from CT. Unfortunately, with PRB going down just before that, NKL did turn his attention, but he's still got the better of the shot. And now Dreamer, they've got this back down to a 2-on-2. Has to come out, and they aren't peeking. And Jacob, man, I have to say, Jacob, despite this being 15-2, is playing extremely well. He's got 11 kills, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've only picked up 2 rounds, that's quite impressive. As Victor goes back into Rubino, but it is down to a 1-on-1. Scout for Jacob, and he goes for the jump. There it is. LGB finally showing a little bit of flair. Jacob's the player to do it.
Jacob has pretty much been the only shining light for LGB this game. Everything else has been really lackluster. But yeah, still, I mean, LGB pick up around, but how positive can you be about it? Because GPlay are at match point, or math point, I should say, already. So they have all the time in the world to really figure out one way to pick up one more round to close this out.
Oh, I'm stuck on the nade. Oh god, no, what did I do? I'm stuck on the nade. This glitch is back.
Was it ever gone?
Oh my god. How do I fix this, Vendetta? Help me.
You have to wait out the round. I'm sorry.
What? No.
Rough times.
This is crap. Okay, so we're gonna cast
until
the smoke.
Yeah, it might be until the grenade dissipates.
Oh, it did. Okay, we're good. Wow. Oh. Holy moly, we're on match point. We get to watch a smoke grenade, guys. How exciting. Thank you, Volvo.
Yeah, and I guess while you were down, a lot of stuff has been going on.
Spy Leader took down NKL with a loose nade, unfortunately. But Dreamer's going to make up for it. The dream's not dead. But it is back to a 2-on-2, so LGB have made this close again, and they're going to take the advantage. And with the bomb down now for Dreamer, Spy Leader, who unfortunately took out one of his teammates, now has to do the work the hard way.
Yeah, and you can see Jacob already rotating over towards PRB, so they can set up a crossfire here.
Oh, someone told me Alt F4 was the way to fix that. I should have thought of that. But Jacob closes out the second straight round, and now LGB, okay, if anything, okay, a little bit. Jacob getting frustrated perhaps, but now at least they can get something rolling and hopefully go on to Inferno because, again, this was their map choice, and GPlay is looking really strong today. If this could be over in 2 if they don't make a case to make something go for Inferno. And they need to be efficient this round as well with these guns because they have broken the economy for GPlay, but they haven't built up much themselves. Dreamer makes a double again with the P250. PRB makes up for it, though. He's back out from Cat.
Yeah, bombs dropped on top of Connector, so there's not really a lot that Dreamer can hope to do here, especially after getting nuked by that nade from Catwalk. But yeah, as of right now, this is all about LGB trying to, I guess, play some confidence back into themselves because they just got demolished so heavily throughout that first half. For GPlay, they just, well, they don't have anything to worry about, really. They can just take their time and just focus in on getting that one frag. And with the way they're playing and how many frags they're picking up in their eco rounds, it's looking very likely as well.
So smoke setup coming in. Jacob gets aggressive on Catwalk, doesn't spot anyone. Needs to be careful. If he actually played right now for a support position through the connector, he'd have a bit better chance. Rubino already finds Bubble. That's one down. He falls off the stairwell in the smokes. They go for this wall of smoke we saw Keedstars throw out. We see Navi do all the time. And it doesn't work because they leave jungle exposed. You have to commit 5 smokes to that play if you're going to do it. Because if you leave a massive gap that you still have to cross, that's what's going to happen. Rubino's going to mow you apart on the way through. And now they've got up to 6 rounds, so GPlay, this is elusive at this point. They can't get to match, they can't close out the match, and LGB finally showing a little bit of life.
Yeah, finally showing life, and they had a nice setup similar to what GPlay did on their city side with having people push aggressively up in mid, so they instantly get map control that way. They didn't decide to stack up on the A-bomb side, but it still worked out with, you know, the lack of smokes as you were talking about from GPlay's side.
Good flash in, excellent flash in. We saw that whole play transpire as Mystic came out on top of that, and now he turns back. Good read from him to take the backside fight as well on the A stairs, and now Pauly's going to drop out and do the rest because his job's already done. And Pauly, 1, 2, 3, line him up, knock him down. Bomb drop, doesn't even matter, round's over.
Solid. And I mean, it has to feel good for Pauly. He's been having a bit of a rough game so far, so even though it's an eco they're going up against, mowing down 3 players, it's always got to feel good. So that might be the thing that get him into the game again.
So this isn't done yet. They do have AKs back out this time.
And this time, well, you can see LGB are opting for, well, actually the same boost that GPlay did on their CT side, and they already have 3 people towards this B side. Well, actually now Pauly drops down into window. So this is gonna, whoa.
Well, this is interesting. They just got mowed apart. They came up from underpass. PRB was already waiting, and they all pick up kills. No one got a double there, oddly enough. So 4 players picked up kills. That's how much mid presence they had. Closes it out.
Did that relay skip for you?
Didn't skip. It didn't skip that. I didn't notice. Maybe my mind skipped. It has been skipping in the last couple of days, but I don't.
Okay, because it went from everyone being alive here
to everyone dead. I saw the 3.
To all of a sudden, 4 people were just down on GPlay's side. So I have no idea what's going on because they were setting up for a B take, and all of a sudden everyone was dead, and I have no idea what happened.
Well, there is a theory to that, but we won't get into it.
In any case,
GPlay set up. They have AKs again because the money bonus is working in their favor. They don't invest heavily. This time, actually, they bring out a lot more nades than they did last round. And they've got more mid control. They're actually pushed down a little bit further as we see Pauly gets forced off. Or not Pauly, Rubino gets forced off, excuse me. But Pauly gets back over toward A with the op this time. But man advantage finally for GPlay to work with. Oh, leg shot coming out. Spy Leader's going to take full advantage of that. Takes down Mystic. That could have been a huge kill. And as a result, Pauly doesn't get anyone. And now he's down to very low HP and out of the round already. And therefore, Dreamer takes down Jacob. It's all up to PRB, and yeah, bombs down. They flash off on him. They know where he is, and unfortunately, it doesn't look good for LGB. A late charge might not be enough. Player comes in behind, and NKL takes it down. And I have to say, I think I know what the skip was in GoTV, and we may have to fix that in the relay commands, because what